Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying some Brownie Points. These are made in Columbus, Ohio, but you order them from Goldbelly. So Courtney ordered them for us from Goldbelly and had them sent to us, which was very, very nice of Courtney. So we're going to be trying the birthday cake. And then we have Classic Vanilla Brownie, Blondie, Classic Vanilla Blondie, Cookies and Cream, Classic Chocolate Fudge, Red Velvet, Salty Caramel. And it's amazing too when you look from one to the other, the Red Velvet's really thick, and then you go to the Salty Caramel and it's really thin. We have Butterscotch, we have Buckeye Brownie, Triple Chocolate Chunk, Cookie Jar, which is a bigger one, and then the original kitchen sink seems bigger, and then this one is shorter. This one is the Raspberry Caramel Fudge. So we're gonna unwrap them and I'll show you how they look, and then we'll be over to the table to give them a try. Get the Brownie Points in the mail, you get this pamphlet. The only thing in the pamphlet really is there's some inserts that give you the ingredients. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. You get the ingredients to each brownie, so it does not give you the calories. If you go to the website, they will give you the calories and the ingredients on the website. So at the end of this video, that's what I have done. I have gone to the website and I went to each individual brownie and I got that information for you. So if you want to see it, it'll be at the end of the video. Also, if you want, I love it that they label these. They're clearly labeled, but there's no description. So if you want a description, if you're like me and you just want a little bit more of a description, you will want to go to the website. So I have a cheat sheet here. I've made my own because there's 12 brownies here and I wanted to get a description of them because this doesn't come with that, just so you know.
It'd be a booklet then too, though.
It would have been, yes, it would have been a pamphlet because that's the thing about Brownie Points. They have so many flavors that, yes, they would need like a magazine. Okay, so this first one is birthday cake. It is the perfect cake batter Blondie, baked with mini chocolate chips and rainbow sprinkles. It's 28 grams and it's 120 calories.
It tastes like a Blondie. It tastes like a blonde brownie. Like a vanilla brownie.
I think it has some almond in there.
It does seem like it has a little bit of that cherry-like almond flavor.
Yes, I think they put some almond extract
I can
in
agree
there,
with that.
which I love. And I think that's why you can really taste that. So, birthday cake, you would normally think vanilla.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily think of almond. It has a little bit of almond. I like it. I think it sets it apart. I think because I love that flavor, so I really like that. Now, it's not. I don't think your typical. It's not like a cakey brownie.
No, it's more fudgy, more dense.
Yeah, it's more dense. But a Blondie is going to be different than a brownie too. So,
but it is more dense.
But I do like that one. Yeah. The next one is a Classic Vanilla Blondie. Our Classic Vanilla Blondie is baked with white chocolate and brown sugar, swirled with pure vanilla bean and buttery caramel. 23 grams, it's 100 calories.
And that's for that square.
The whole square.
I'm really getting the caramel flavor. It kind of tastes like the first one would have been without the almond flavor. Maybe a little bit more vanilla.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting caramel.
Yeah, I don't taste the caramel.
I think what I'm getting more is they're saying brown sugar with some vanilla. That's mainly what I'm getting. So there is.
Yeah, I can see that.
It honestly, if you think of a sugar cookie dough,
kind of tastes like sugar. It's not quite as floury, but
no, it doesn't have the flour flavor, but it would remind you of a sugar cookie.
Yeah, kind of plain. Just
yeah,
sweet, just sweet,
I don't mind
vanilla.
it. I don't mind that vanilla flavor, but I would rather have the first one with the almond.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's just like a sugar cookie dough.
If the caramel had been a little stronger, I would have said that's really good, but I really don't taste the caramel at all.
No, not at all. The next one is cookies and cream. Everyone's favorite sandwich cookie, so probably Oreo.
Or Oreo-like.
Is crushed and baked into this Blondie made with rich white chocolate. 28 grams is 120 calories.
There might be some baked in there. It's mostly on top. I don't think I like the texture of the Blondies.
I don't care necessarily for the flavor of that one.
Yeah, you get a lot of that darker chocolate cookie.
Well, to me, it tastes a little scorched.
Yeah,
it made the cookie part for me. I don't know. It's for some reason it comes across as like
a burnt.
Like it's not totally like burnt, but
yeah,
it does taste more brown than I would like.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't get that. Mine's just all like that chocolate cookie.
Yeah, that one I would pass on. Okay, number 5 is the red velvet. Red velvet is the prettiest way.
4.
Sorry.
You skipped 4.
Did I skip 4? I skipped 4. Sorry.
I've only done 3.
Classic chocolate fudge.
Yeah.
Classic chocolate fudge made with real chocolate and chocolate chips tucked inside. Chocolate and chocolate chips tucked inside. 34 grams is 80 This one's only 80 calories.
Well, that's your typical chocolate brownie. That's what it looks like. And it has the texture and flavor of a fudgy brownie. That sugary kind of thick texture. Yeah, that's so much better flavor than those blondies are.
It's almost, for me, it's between brownie and fudge.
Yeah.
The texture is like, it's right in between both. So it's not a fudge texture, it's not a brownie texture. It's right in the middle. And I really do like it. And
kind of thick and sugary.
I agree with you. It just has so much more flavor. It's so much richer than the blondies.
Yeah, they're just kind of plain.
Yeah, and that is a overall statement about all of these brownie points is that the chocolate based ones they're just better.
Yeah, the blondies kind of taste like they took cake batter and thickened it more. It's like a thick vanilla cake batter.
Cake batter.
Yeah.
Okay, now we all know what's coming up next. The red velvet. The red velvet is the prettiest way to do chocolate and vanilla in one. This rich and gorgeous Brownie Sammie is filled with fresh buttercream frosting.
Like a buttercream.
31 grams is 130 calories.
I'll leave you that on the knife.
But you just dropped it. You dropped it on the floor. That's what happens to me. It's like, I'm going to save that piece. That's going to be my best piece. And then it falls.
Yeah. Now I'll just step on it. It'll be with me the rest of the day. That's good. I don't know if I would necessarily call it red velvet, but it is very, very sweet. I mean, like over the top sweet.
Yeah, that one's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Because it has that buttercream is gritty. It has that sugar grip.
Yeah.
And honestly,
it's a thicker buttercream too. It's not a really whipped up one.
That's the star of that show is the buttercream.
Oh, yeah. And then the brownie itself is a red chocolate brownie. I mean,
it's soft. The texture though is really soft. It's not a hard brownie or anything like that. I could eat like a big one.
Yeah, that was probably, well, I mean, it's over the top sweet.
It's wonderful. Yeah, that was delicious. Okay, number 6, salty caramel. This is a really thin one. It looks thin and dense.
It's thick. I cut that a little bit bigger. I'm sorry. It's very sticky on top. I had to actually cut the paper and peel it off, so some of it's still stuck to the plastic on top. So
Classic Chocolate Fudge Brownie is swirled with buttery caramel and then sprinkled with sea salt. It's perfectly salty, perfectly chocolatey, and perfectly gooey. So it sounds like Classic Chocolate Fudge Brownie. It sounds like the base is the same, and they just added the caramel to the top.
Whatever caramel brand they're using, they need to quit using it.
Why?
Because you can't taste it. I didn't know that was caramel. Could you tell that was caramel? We tried another one that was caramel. You can't taste the caramel. I don't taste it. Need to change brands.
I got
I think it's salt.
yes, I got a hint of salt at just the very beginning.
Yes. I got mine at the end.
Like when I very first put it in my mouth, I got some salt, but from then on out, it just is chocolate.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Whatever caramel they're using.
If you were blindfolded, the only way you know it's caramel is because it's sticky.
Yeah.
But it does not taste like caramel.
No.
It just tastes like chocolate.
No, it's a sad caramel.
I think if they blindfolded like a panel of people, the people wouldn't be able to taste the caramel either.
No.
Okay, but it's a good brownie.
It's a good chocolate brownie, but it's no caramel.
Okay.
I did like the addition of a little bit of salt though.
This is the Buckeye Brownie. 2 classic chocolate fudge brownies baked with...
No, you're reading the wrong one.
Am I on the wrong one again?
7.
I'm on 7. I keep trying to jump one. Butterscotch.
Exactly. This is not chocolate.
I keep trying to jump butterscotch. We don't want to forget this one. Toasted butterscotch base drizzled with buttery caramel and baked with chunks of butterscotch for that rich golden taste. 31 grams is 130 calories. Yeah.
That's what I'm not going to taste in this. Get the butterscotch though. That is somewhat better texture than the pure blondies were. It still has that very soft, almost mushy cake texture, but I like the butterscotch flavor.
I like the butterscotch flavor. It's not as intense as I was hoping it would be.
It's there though. At least.
But it's there. Yes, you absolutely taste it. You know it's butterscotch. It does have a great texture. It's kind of one of those that makes you want more because it's
Kinda
nice
sugary.
yes, and it's nice to put that between your teeth. It's just really nice. But for me, I wish it was a little bit of an intenser flavor.
Yeah, and I also found that butterscotch tastes really good with just a hint of salt with it. That would be nice if it had, just like it is,
With a hint of
with
salt.
a hint of salt on
I
top.
could
That
see
would
that.
really enhance that butterscotch flavor.
So like this isn't like
I still don't get the caramel though.
like if you have one of those butterscotch discs, this to me isn't as strong as a pure butterscotch disc.
It's
not.
like a watered down version of that.
Yes, but it still is
It's
nice.
still very good, and you know
Yes.
it's butterscotch. It definitely has that taste.
Now we're on to the Buckeye Brownie.
Right.
2 classic chocolate fudge brownies baked with chocolate chips and stuffed with peanut butter buttercream frosting.
Okay.
31 grams is 130 calories. Because a Buckeye is peanut butter and chocolate. And Ohio is the Buckeye state.
Yeah, they're known for their Buckeyes. And you go buy Buckeyes, there's some good Buckeyes, and there's not so good Buckeyes. That's really nice. Very, very sweet. And you really get that, again, you get that sugary, gritty kind of texture with the buttercream.
And you do taste the peanut butter. You can tell the peanut butter is not like pure peanut butter.
No.
It's like they've added lots of sugar to it, or maybe even powdered sugar or something like that.
It tastes like a powdered sugar buttercream with peanut butter added too.
But it still is wonderful.
Very good.
The sweetness level, it's very, very sweet. I don't think it's as sweet as the red velvet.
No, but it's up there.
It's right underneath the red velvet. Yeah, it's delicious.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I like it that you get the peanut butter.
Yep.
Okay, triple chocolate chunk. Our classic chocolate fudge brownie is topped with white, milk, and dark chocolate chunks for all the chocolate chunkiness vibes of your dreams. 34 grams is 150 calories.
This one looks like they've taken those melting chocolate discs and laid them on top. So when they say chunky, that's what they mean. They're like the melting chocolate. It's just chocolate brownie. Did you get any, like there's way too much chocolate to be able, you get that white chocolate flavor.
Yeah, I don't get any white. I got the difference in the texture.
The texture was a little crunchier.
Because it's a little like chalky. It's
Yeah,
not in a bad way.
But it is more chalky than sugary.
Yes, it's yes, and you can tell the difference in that white texture. Like Kevin thinks they used a melting chocolate disc.
They look just like it.
Especially the next one, it's even round.
Those were too.
Or the what? So it just tastes like a chocolate brownie to me. It doesn't.
Yeah, it really doesn't have much.
But I mean, it's triple chocolate chunk. I don't expect much more than it to taste. I don't necessarily expect to get the distinct white, you know.
Because the chocolate's going to take over.
But so for me, that was more of a difference in texture, but I think it's really nice. Now we're on to cookie jar. Cookie jar is chocolate chip cookie on the bottom, layered with chocolate sandwich cookies, with our classic chocolate fudge brownie baked on top, drizzled with buttery caramel, your favorite. 42 grams is 170 calories.
You know, they say all that. I don't really get a lot of that. I don't see a lot of that.
You don't see the
like
layers?
The layers and stuff. I see a lighter color layer, but that looks like the cookie dough on the top.
It doesn't look like brownie on top. It looked like cookie dough on top.
The cookie dough was on top and the brownie was on the bottom. It's got a nice flavor. It's definitely a different flavor than some of the other ones.
I like that quite a bit.
Yeah, it's different.
You do definitely get a cookie. I think there's a cookie dough flavor in there.
Yeah. Added to a brownie. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would normally call that a brookie.
A brookie.
Right.
Yeah.
That tastes like a brookie. Yeah.
I don't still get the caramel.
And the cookie is a little crisper than a brookie normally is, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It gives it that difference in texture that's nice.
I do like it.
But it does taste like a brookie, and no, I don't get caramel either.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's a different texture, different flavor though, because some of these are very similar in flavor. I'm glad that's completely different.
Yeah. Next we have the original kitchen sink.
I don't think we're going to get everything.
So, well, in a lot of these too, it seems like they use the same base.
Yeah, just a basic one.
And just add something. So we've taken our classic chocolate fudge brownie and added 4 kinds of chocolate, peanut butter chunks, butterscotch chips, buttery toffee, and drizzled it all with caramel. 34 grams is 140 calories.
It's definitely different than just the pure chocolate.
But for my bite, it is, it's mainly just chocolate.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely more just plain chocolate.
What made mine different was that it's not just a chocolate brownie, but it had like a chunk of chocolate in it.
So there was the texture.
So you get the texture.
Yeah.
I did not get any peanut butter, butterscotch. definitely didn't get toffee,
No,
and
I didn't get any of that.
I did not get caramel.
Now it tastes a little bit different than just like the regular fudge brownie.
It does. It's sweeter.
And it's sweeter, but it doesn't. You don't pick out.
You
any
don't
of that
pick
stuff.
out any of those flavors. Yeah. But I do think it's delicious.
Yeah.
I just didn't get any of those additional
That would be
flavors.
what you would call cabinet cookies or cabinet brownies in this case. It's like you take everything that's kind of left over chips you got in the cabinet, and put them all together.
Yeah, those are my kitchen sink cookies.
Yeah.
Except I'm calling them cabinet cookies. Yeah.
So that's kind of what that is. But the good thing about Tammy's cookies are you actually get some of the flavors of the individual things. This one, I think the chocolate still kind of overrides it.
Yeah.
Everything, and then you're kind of left with just a little bit different flavor. It doesn't really.
It
stand
is
out.
very sweet though.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's just doesn't stand out.
Okay, the last one is raspberry caramel fudge.
Okay.
Fresh, pure raspberry preserves twirl through our classic chocolate fudge brownie. Buttery caramel is added for balance and goodness. 31 grams is 120 calories. You know the caramel's on everything, but when you take into consideration you don't taste it at all, it may as well not be on there.
No, adding calories.
Well, it's adding calories and stickiness. There's just no point to it if you can't taste it.
Maybe they're making their own caramel. I don't know. I guess as they're buying it. I would buy it. I do get the raspberry in there. It's very light though. And I gave us a piece. I gave us a piece that I made sure that it had lots of.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a whole edge here that doesn't have any of it. I made sure I gave us some that was fully covered.
It does not have any seeds that I got.
No, I didn't use seeds either.
The raspberry is it's there. It is definitely raspberry.
Yeah, you know it's there.
But it's not like you bit into a raspberry donut and you got that full raspberry jelly on the inside. It's not that strong because I think because it is with the chocolate. It's nice. The texture is very nice.
It is. It's good. It's really, really good. And you do get the chocolate and the raspberry together. Again, you don't get the caramel. But yeah, it was good. I liked it.
My favorite out of all of these
red velvet
is the red velvet.
Yeah. And then probably whatever the Buckeye. The Buckeye was probably my second.
And you know what? Those are the two that have their like sandwich.
Yeah.
And yes, and that's what made the difference is because you're getting the buttercream in the center, you're getting that nice texture on the bottom and the top. Those
what was before the Buckeye?
Very, very sweet.
The butterscotch. I like the butterscotch too, only because not necessarily the flavor wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was really nice texture. I like that sugary kind of texture.
I like their classic, classic brownie. Yeah. So this is one of those things where you will have to judge for yourself whether you want to go to Goldbelly and you think it's worth it. I know they have different packages to choose from, which is always nice. So you could choose like different like Christmas flavors that we reviewed before, or these flavors, and I think they have like you can choose like the occasion. Maybe they package them different or something like that. At the end of this video, I'm going to have pictures, and I will show you the picture of the box these came in because it's really cute. So they do a good job with packaging and getting it shipped to you and all that. It would just depend on how much they cost and how much you're willing to spend, whether you think these are worth it or not.
Yeah.
Just for me, different ones, I feel I have very different feelings about different ones, and I don't think they are all created equal for sure.
No, because some of them are very, well, I wouldn't order any of the Blondies.
The Blondies, even though the first one had that almond flavor, I still would not order any of the Blondies. Yeah.
And then some of the chocolate ones just come across as a brownie, even though they've got stuff on them. They still just taste like brownies.
It tastes like a brownie. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like Tammy said, you're going to have to determine if it's worth it to you.
Yes.
Just know that some of them are going to be better than others.
Yeah, it's your money and you spend it the way you want to spend it. So you'll just have to go and look. And I know if you go to Goldbelly for the first time, you can sign up and you get like a 20% off coupon or something like that. That's great for your first time. And there's lots of different companies on Goldbelly, so you just have to
you can buy everything on Goldbelly.
You can, so you just have to look around. But we greatly appreciate Courtney for thinking of us, for sending these to us. It's great to try something. I've heard of Brownie Points before, and I always wondered if they would live up to the hype, basically. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.